That last question by Rachel Maddow really irritated me. She asked, are you losing control of your campaign? First of all, when you are running for president of the United States, there are going to be so many people either campaigning for you or criticizing you, right?
Literally thousands.
Right, thousands. So what is he supposed to do? He's supposed to police every single person who's working on his campaign? Of course, there might be a few people that do things that might be deemed unsavory or might be wrong, but he doesn't have control over everyone at all times. He's running for president.
Losing control.
He's losing control.
Did she lose control of her marriage?
Okay.
I mean, isn't that, come on. I mean, your husband, somebody else did something, I don't, you know.
Yeah, somebody that's not you did something. Answer for it.
Answer for it. I'm sure you're for it. Aren't you for it, Bernie?
By the way, to be fair, I think the questions about Hillary's so-called email scandal are unfair. Sorry, I'm spitting a little bit.
Yeah, and I personally think that the only reason she asked that question was so that she could then turn around and bring up 3 things that she knows are individually BS and even admits it in the question. And if I just asked Hillary something and I'm saying this is BS, I can then say you're totally losing control of your campaign and it's totally balanced.
I think Bernie Sanders' net worth is less than what she gets for one speech.
2 speeches.
Okay, 2 speeches.
Yeah.
Is that true or is that just...
His net worth is somewhere, it's under $500,000. Am I not...
Is that true, really?
Yeah.
And I've heard that it's much less than $1 million, but I don't remember, honestly. Maybe with renewed sales of his folk album, it might shoot up. But until that happens, I don't know.
most of that is because he paid off his house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's not like he's got money in the bank like that,
I found that
right?
whole section to be
just
frustrating.
I didn't know about his personal finances, to be completely honest with you guys. But if that information is true and he is, you know, not even anywhere near a millionaire, I mean, that's the kind of person you want representing you.
No kidding.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, back in the day, I remember when politicians would have to try to hide their wealth. Because being wealthy would work against you because you're not going to connect with the electorate. The vast majority of Americans are not, you know, raking in millions of dollars a year. So I love the fact that he understands what people in our, you know, economic situation are going through. I mean, obviously not to the same extent, but he's not a wealthy guy, and I actually like that.
Hey, Siri. What's Bernie Sanders' net worth?
Checking on that. My web search turns something up for what's Bernie Sanders' net worth.
500,000 it says right here.
That's amazing.
What did you get?
By my
I had
standards.
no idea. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which actually, when you think about the fact that he's been earning at least $140,000 to $160,000 a year for many, many years, maybe he's got like a gambling habit.
He's
or
been
something.
blowing.
How does he not have more net worth than that?
About hookers and gambling.
Is he
probably
losing control of his
I think he's been hanging out with the former Secretary of Education in the Reagan administration, Bennett, and you know.
I'm familiar with that.
He's quite a gambler.
Yeah.
That's my point. He wrote,
But a
wrote
values
the book of
guy.
Virtues. Yeah.
Very value-driven guy.
William Bennett, very all about the values.
Yeah.
I feel like the debate started strong with a lot of important issues,
Yes.
and then toward the end, it's kind of starting to taper off
bringing
in
up
terms
the
of
stuff about
important
the
issues.
bringing up the foreign policy, like North Korea, that's all perfectly fine. I think that doing it without questioning the fundamental continuity of our strategy over the past 15 years is kind of BS. But yeah, I was more interested in the first half.